Zach Sang and the Gang.
That was Brian McKnight back at 1. And
Yeah.
wait, who's? I think we have someone in the studio. Can you please turn his microphone on? Hello.
Hello.
Are you Brian McKnight?
Only on weekends. But
Yeah. He was actually singing that live in studio for us for Throwback Thursday.
The whole time,
Yes,
actually.
that was amazing.
It was all him.
only to you. You're wearing that fantastic jacket that's zipped down today.
I have a question. How many girls come up to you and ask you to sing that song to them?
Well, they don't ask to sing it. They just tell me about the stories of what that song meant to them, and usually they walk down the aisle to it. It was the first dance at their wedding, or it was like the song that they played with their first boyfriend at their first sort of 8th grade dance or something.
Is that insane that like a song that you wrote and you have a few really, kind of impacted people's lives in such a huge way?
It's incredible that it still happens. It's incredible that people still come out and they see it and they want to hear this song that is now 14 years old.
Wow.
Like, dude, you're Brian McKnight. like that's a thing.
That is a thing.
It is awesome to be me.
It's
Just
so
in
good. It's so
case you-
cool.
What is the coolest part about being you? That watch. That's a nice watch.
Thank you, brother. I think the coolest thing is that I get to meet and hang out with my heroes.
Really? Like who?
From Stevie Wonder to all
Yes.
my favorite sports heroes. It's great to be able to be in a position to know LeBron and to know
Yeah.
Tony Parker and to hang out with them. And,
That's awesome.
the other night was the first time I met Drake, and he came up to me and was like, "Man, it's an honor to meet you." I was like, "Dude, you're like the biggest thing that's out. It's an honor to meet you." So it was just great to have that sort of interaction.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And I love that you're still putting out music. I love that.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's what I do. I think I'll always do that, no
Yeah.
matter what happens, because
Yeah.
it's just inside of me, and I have to let it out. And I let the fans decide. If people still want it, I'll continue to do it.
Is it scary that you have a song like Back at 1 to live up to?
Not really, because that's like catching lightning in a bottle. That's only going to happen every blue moon. And you hope that when you create something new that may happen, but you're not. At least for me, I'm not devastated if it doesn't. I've just created something new, and every day it's something new for me.
Very cool.
I mean, there's hit singles and then there's just classic music. And Brian, you are like the definition and epitome of classic music.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
She really likes
I
you.
do. I
I told her that we could. Anyway. The
Yeah.
point is that-
Well, I was telling my boyfriend.
Oh, you said she put that in there.
I was telling. Well, this may make you feel good. He'll actually want to hang out with him more than me because I was like, oh my God, Brian McKnight is in the studio. He's like, stop it, that's my boy.
Good, and I think I'll stop flirting with you right now.
Yeah. So do you have a new album coming out?
It's actually out.
It's out
called
now?
More Than Words. Written and produced by myself, as all of them have been. But the title track I recorded with Colby Calais. We wrote it together.
Awesome.
Wow.
So, another time I met her on an airplane. I didn't even know who she was. And we ended up writing the song together. So that was pretty cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, where can everybody go to follow you and check everything out?
Best place to find me is on Twitter @It'sBMcKnight. That's if you want to talk to me, just hit me up there. I'm pretty good at returning tweets to my fans.
B. McKnight is the place.
Yes, sir.
So we have, somebody who listens to our show all the time.
Oh my God.
His name is Rocky, and I think he's
Yes.
freaking out over you.
You freaking out?
He's Rocky. You're on with Brian McKnight.
Oh my God, Zach, you got the legendary Brian McKnight.
Yeah, he's talking to you right now on the phone.
What's up, Rocky?
Hey, Brian. Zach, tell him who's your biggest fan.
Rocky is my biggest fan.
Okay.
Rocky's. I guess that's what you wanted me to convey to you. Do you have any questions for Mr. McKnight?
I don't know what to say.
Did it again, speechless.
Rocky, why don't you just ask him anything you've ever wanted to ask him? Go for it.
Again, I don't know what to ask.
Aww.
Okay, I'll come back to you. I'll put you on hold.
He's a super duper fan of all the great R&B artists. So I'm sure he's dying, as you can see.
Wow.
So we were talking before about music today, and we were talking about singer-songwriter music, and you were telling me how it would never die.
No.
It was kind of interesting to hear your take on the industry as a whole. Someone who is really, you paved the way for so many artists.
If you say so.
Is that crazy though? That people like me can sit here and tell you that you've really paved the way.
After
some great acts.
working with we go back, and it's from Mariah Carey to NSYNC and Justin on his first solo album, and I worked with Usher when he was before anybody even knew who he was.
Wow.
It was great to but when you're doing it, you're not thinking that this is doing anything. You're just working.
Yeah.
And I guess now meeting people and hearing how they feel about you. it really makes you feel good that you've done some really great work. Because at the end of the day, on my epitaph, I hope it reads that here lies Brian McKnight, and he wrote a few good songs.
Hell yeah. And I'm sure one of the greatest things about being you is you get to go on tour and play those songs for people, and you're going on tour.
Yeah, I'm always on tour. I'm in the touring business. I do about 100 shows a year.
That money must be nice.
You might need to dump your boyfriend to find out.
But you're actually currently, right? You're starting a new tour?
Yeah, new tour. Well, it's not really a new tour.
Okay.
We have LA and Northern California at the end of this month, and then next month we go to South Africa.
Ooh.
The month after that, we're in the States for 16 dates. Then we go to Australia. Looking forward to that. Going
Very
back
cool.
to Oz. And then Europe and Asia in December.
How many artists, not many artists can go all the way as far as like South Africa to do shows. I mean, people aren't even, so many artists these days aren't even known in South Africa.
There was an artist once, didn't she go and she was going to perform and 40 people showed up?
Don't
and
do that to Brandy. Don't you? Don't tell a story that you don't know the contents of the story. She is legendary in my eyes. Do not talk about Brandy that way.
There could have been lots of reasons why that happened.
Stop
You never
it.
No, I'm sure.
You shush.
I'm sure.
Any show is only as good as the promoters that promote that show.
Absolutely.
Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Very cool.
I'm going to let you do that.
No, never. Brian McKnight, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us.
New album.
Yeah, new album and a tour. B McKnight on Twitter, right?
At It's B McKnight.
At It's B McKnight on Twitter. I'm going to tweet you right now so everybody can check it out. And really, stay in the know. You are incredible. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. And once again, Brian McKnight, everybody.
Woo!